Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an extremely special edition of 2-Bit Movie Club. It's the first time we've done this over the internet. I believe that's what we're doing now. I think that's what Twitch is. I don't really understand it, but we're doing it. We've been doing a bunch of 2-Bit Movie Club events in our Discord, which you can find and join, but this is our first time we're actually doing them streaming. To kick it off, we've made it very easy for ourselves by repeating an event that we have done before.
Slightly different, very slightly
and
different.
not just because it's easier for us, it's also because I was going to swear then, I'm trying to stop myself because the children.
We know there's children watching.
There's children watching, alright, we'll be very polite and nice. This is our favourite stuff in the world. We're going to be watching a bunch of cartoons from, I believe, a span going from 1929 to 1934-ish.
Slightly earlier than that. I think 1928 to about 1942.
Alright, fair enough. So these are all animations that came from companies helmed by a pair of brothers called Max and Dave Fleischer. They were these very early animation pioneers that were essentially the first ones to make animation look good. Animation had been around before this, but it was often quite blocky and just weird and horrible.
Fluid is a good word for what this animation is.
Yeah, it's very fluid, everything sort of rolls around into each other, which was a huge influence on like animation that exists now. Anything like Adventure Time or whatever, they draw a lot from these guys, just the way everything sort of bounces and rolls around the screen.
Also, Your Nightmares draws a lot of influence from these cartoons.
I think that was sort of like a two-way feedback thing. Your Nightmares draw off them, they draw off Your Nightmares. These are all just deeply strange, very funny. I think it was just an odd time in that they were cartoons for adults, and now we think of cartoons as things being for kids, but they're also still quite silly, but the tone they were striking was just one of being scared is funny, I guess.
Because it was down to the way that they actually show those cartoons, because it turns out there was once upon a time where you didn't watch short animations high on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You had to go to a movie theatre.
Yeah.
And you would see a double bill, and there might be a short cartoon by one Walt Disney Company, or a Warner Brothers, or a Fleischer Studios, or the many different companies that Fleischer Studios were over the years before those movies, and maybe in the middle of those two movies, along with a newsreel that kept everybody up to date.
What our boys in the Pacific are doing.
Yep. And yeah, Fleischer Studio were responsible for a whole slew of characters, including Betty Boop, Popeye, and the much lesser known Coco the Clown.
Everyone's favourite, Coco the Clown.
And Bimbo, who kind of got sidelined by Betty Boop over the years. But like Betty Boop was racy, and she would be shown before gun movies. Can I just read out the sentence that I read out to you before? So this was in the little bit of research we're doing. This is maybe one of the worst sentences I've ever seen in my life, but I would like to share this with you, the viewer. Betty Boop lifted the spirits of Depression-era audiences with her paradoxical mixture of childlike innocence and sexual allure. Fucking disgusting. What is wrong with people? Cool.
Oh, someone has asked for a volume increase. Is that something that's within your abilities?
Oh yeah, we can do that. Alright, slightly turning these up. That way, it's the opposite way.
Sure, up is generally a volume increase.
Yep.
As far as these meters go.
Alright, how's that volume now?
Sound off in the chat if it still sounds bad. And if it's not bad, keep your damn traps shut.
Boop boopy doop. Okay, that'll work. If it's wrong, tell us.
Sure.
Yeah, so sort of this style of animation definitely got a little bit of a bump a couple of years ago when the game Cuphead came out, because the video game Cuphead pretty much slavishly devoted itself animation style to Fleischer cartoons specifically. Like obviously there was influence from Walt Disney Company animation and Warner Brothers animation as well, but mostly it was Fleischer Studio stuff.
Yes.
And the nightmarish and the weird aspects of it, and the spaghettiness of the animation.
It is very spaghetti, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that accurate? It's close.
Sure. Should we maybe just smash into the first three?
Yeah. So we're showing you 4 quarters of cartoons today. They're not in any specific order. We sort of just did a mixture of things that we really enjoyed. Some of these were in the Fleischer Fest that we did previously, about half of them, and about half of them are different from last time. but we are showing most of the best ones
Our
again.
favourites, at least. The ones that I have watched like 80 times. The one that we're kicking off with in this bracket, if you came to both Fleischer Fest and one of the 2 bits that I've done at Scratch, this will now be the 3rd time that you've seen it, but it will be the 100th time that I have seen it. So, comparatively, it's not even like you're watching it again. The first one we'll be kicking off with, Old Man of the Mountain, is the 3rd in a series that band leader, dancer, jazz singer, everything Cab Calloway did as a collaboration with Fleischer. Other than doing beautiful songs for them, one of his major contributions was the fact that these guys invented the rotoscope, which was the setup for drawing animation on top of filmed images so that you could get very naturalistic human motion. And the way they used that is they took Cab Calloway and they made him a walrus, which I will never quite understand why a walrus. Even in the context of the cartoon, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is beautiful. He's not a walrus in this one. He is a very large man with a beard.
On a mountain.
On a mountain. That's crucial. It's a crucial element of Old Man of the Mountain.
One of my favorite things about this particular cartoon, and see if you can pick it, there is a very fun line from The Nightmare Before Christmas in one of the songs that is an exchange that is lifted from this cartoon.
Which is beautiful. It smacks of so, like, it feels so modern and so funny that it feels so out of place.
Yeah.
You're watching it, you're like, I don't know if people in the 30s were...
We'll check back in afterwards and see if you got it. The second one, we're going to do just a good, solid Popeye cartoon. So this is the 1937 one. It was the 48th Popeye cartoon that was created. It's just good, solid fun, and probably a good example of Popeye when it's just hitting every note. And the third one is a slightly weirder one. We're doing sort of like these sing-along ones that they would do. They didn't just invent the rotoscope. They invented, when you would watch like old cartoons that had a bouncing ball to let you sing along, they actually invented that concept of like bouncing the ball to sing along in time, which apparently was a lot harder to do in the 20s and 30s than it was afterwards. This one's from 1931 and is great. It features Eddie Cantor singing By the Light of the Silvery Moon. Eddie Cantor was the person that wrote the Merry Melodies song for Warner Brothers. Yeah. Let's start it away.
Let's watch some cartoons.
Alright, enjoy the first 3 cartoons and we'll see you after that.
don't you eat? Why don't you eat? Just tell me once. Why you don't eat your Hassenpfeffer, eh?
Und don't you sabraten Betty.
And when I must once more tell you to eat, then I will right away send you out from the house out. That's all. You hear? I won't have it. I won't have it. You go to school in the morning and you stay there all day in your big hard and you study hard and you come home and you won't get as bad as you
come on, Betty.
I say, what is this? What is this? I won't have it. I won't have it. Why did you say something? Why did you say something? And why your father is not? What's this? What's it loose? Don't bother me! Don't bother me! Do not butter! I won't have it! I won't have it!
What's the matter?
They always pick on me. They never let me be. I'm so very lonely, awfully sad. It's a long time since you've been glad. But I know what I'll do. By and by, I'll eat some worms and then I'll die. When I'm gone, you wait and see. They'll all be sorry that they picked on me. Now Hello, Bimbo. I'm leaving home.
Yeah, I'll go with you. Meet me under your window.
Okay. Let's go. I'm not afraid. Are you, Bimbo?
No.
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red-hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, hoddy. Hoddy, hoddy, hoddy. Hee-dee, hee-dee, hee. Hee-dee, hee-dee. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cocky. He took her down to Chinatown. He showed her how to kick the gong around. Showed her how to kick the gong around. Skeet bop doot dot let it do. Oh, skeet bop doot dot let it do. Skeet bop de googie lick, skeet bop de good. Skeet bop de googie lick, skeet bop de good. Skeet bop dun 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 daddy o. Skeet bop dun 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 daddy o. Haddy haddy ho. Haddy haddy ho. He gave his townhouse and his racing horses. Yeah. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes. She sat around and counted them all 1,000,000 times. Oh, dee-ho, dee-ho. Oh, dee-ho, dee-ho. Dee-ha, dee-ha. Dee-ha, dee-ha.
The mountain. White beard and a crooked stare, tramps along with the folks all scared. With a dickle in his eye, he passes them by, the old man of the mountain. For he wears long hair and his feet are bare. They say he's mad as a grizzly bear. His cares are none and he fears no one. The old man of the mountain. He talks with the bears when he's lonely, sleeps with the sky for a tent, and he'll eat you up when he's hungry, and it wouldn't cost him a red cent. And he'll live as long as an old oak tree. He'll eat up fools like you and me. Oh, I often sigh and jump and cry at the old man of the mountain.
I'm going up to see that old man of the mountain. What's the matter?
The old man of the mountain. mountain. You got to hold-de-ho.
You gotta hold-de-ho.
You got to hide-de-hide.
You gotta hide-de-hide.
You got to heat-de-heat to get along with me.
Yeah, man, how do?
You got to learn my song.
I got to learn your song.
If you do me wrong,
I'm gonna do you wrong.
you got to kick the gong to get along with me.
What you gonna do now?
Gonna do the best I can. You got to hide-de-hide.
You got to hide-de-hide.
You got to heat-de-heat-de-heat.
You got to heat-de-heat-de-heat.
You got to head-de-head-de-hey to get along with hey.
Hi.
Hey, ho! When your sweetie tells you everything will be okay, just keep it with the bop bop and the good and the skilly big nip and the bop bop and the bip body. If you feel like shouting, advertise it just this way. Skiddy to scattle and skip it and the hurry up, skiddy bitty well. Skiddy to give it and the bop bop and the skilly bitty hop, dilly bitty hop, dilly bitty lay. Oh, skiddy bitty well. Skiddy bitty diddy. Scatter skilly billy holy gilly billy dilly what? Skid booty.
I never did like that guy. Ha ha! Whoa! Ha ha ha! Whoa! Sweet mama. Boy, she's got something. Let me see. She ought to be around any minute. Guess I'll hang around and wait for her.
Watcho, your stepo, Olivito.
Oh, muchas gracias.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey.
Huh.
How about a date after the show, Toots?
No!
What?
And if you were the last man on earth, I wouldn't have a date with you, so there.
Hey, come here. I'll get revenge. I'll rule the rat. What? Get in there, you monkey. Where do you get that? Hey, I'm spending a time in this joint. Let me see something around here. Be honest, Joe. Let me see something.
Hello, everybody. To start the show, our charming and talented star, Miss Olivita, will sing a brand new song entitled, Why Am I So Beautiful? Miss Olivita!
Why am I so beautiful? Why do all the fellers fall for me? Why am I so beautiful? Why do all the women envy me? Can it be my grace or my form divine? Can it be my face or these pretty feet of mine? Woo! Why am I so beautiful? Why, oh, me, oh, me, oh, woo! Oh, who did that?
Boo!
The audacity!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the treat you've all been waiting for, Pepito and Olivito.
Bum the beep bum the beep beep. Pardon me, young fellow. Oh, I must have There you are.
Oh, so he wants to dance, eh?
Oh, we don't need no stoogie.
Come on and dance, shrimp.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I'd love to. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, my arms, what happened? Who did this? The show must go on. What? Hey, what happened? I can't stop. Hey, go in there, because I see you. Oh, hey. Oh, I get the idea. Hey. Hey. Hey.
by the light of the silvery moon. I want to spoon, to my honey I'll croon, love's moon, honeymoon, keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love dreams, we'll be cuddling soon, we'll cuddle soon, by the silvery
Sorry I'm late, Saul. I was out with a star last night.
See you in the morning. I reckon we'll have to park. Oh, yeah? What do you know about that? Oh, gee.
Hey! Hey!
What? Hey! Wise guy.
Hey, hey, hey. Keep your eye on the little bouncing ball. Each little string will make you sing if you follow the tune of the silvery moon. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon, to my honey I'll croon, love moon, honeymoon, keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love dreams, we'll be cuddling soon, by the silvery moon. Flames are seen, dark, silvery moon is shining through the green. Cast to me, you, sound of kisses floating on the breeze. Like one begun, dialogue will warn you like a moon. You will, you, underneath the silvery moon, by the light of the moon, of the silvery moon, of the silvery moon, I want to spoon, I want to spoon, to my honey I'll croon, love's tune, honeymoon, 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 keep a shining in you. Your silvery beams
every moon is shining through the trees. Cast to me you, summer kisses floating on the breeze. Act one, begun. Dialogue, where would you like to spoon? My cue with you underneath the silvery moon. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon. The honey I'll spoon, love. Honeymoon. Your silvery beams will bring love dreams. We'll be cuddling too. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. By the silvery moon.
Alright, have you turned my volume back up?
Yes.
We don't really need a blow-by-blow of the technical difficulties that we've had so
No,
far.
absolutely not.
But I would like to highlight one of them in particular, that was when we tried to fix the audio before. Ben thought that pulling the volume slider down would make it be louder.
In my defense, the numbers were bigger the way that I was moving the slider. I just missed a very important symbol.
The minus
But I'm
sign.
learning the minus symbol.
Okay, we're learning each and every day. So as a result of that, you got 4 cartoons in the last... No, sorry, as a result of a different technical issue, you got 4 cartoons in the last block instead of 3. So we did 2 Cab Calloway ones in a row, which means we're saving the last as a surprise for the next block. What were the terms we announced for the prize? We have decided to completely steal Erika, lovely Erika,
Sorry,
who
Erika.
does Wednesday Night Trivia's idea. We're going to be doing a drawing competition throughout this. Get some paper, get some pencils, get a pen even, go ham. I'm not sure how useful this is going to be to anyone, but we're giving away 3 of these
see that.
pins. 3?
3.
Is that number? So the 3 best
small
drawings we
fries
get in.
from the Fleischer cartoon, Small Fry.
For those who missed the close-up, it is a fish smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer.
Yeah,
It's very cool. It's actually, I think, maybe my favourite pin that we've done so far.
me
I
too.
love it so much.
Luke Shield did that particular pin.
Thank you so much, Luke. The competition is going to be, we want you to draw something topical from now in the style of a Fleischer cartoon. It doesn't have to be good. Some of you may be artists who are watching this, some of you may not be. We just want a little bit of creativity, a little bit of pizzazz. So we can bring that to the table. We'll be judging that by the end of this program. You can send that in to us by sending us a Facebook message to the Netherworld Arcade Facebook page. We will see those. I had considered giving you Ben's mobile phone number,
Please
but
don't.
he wouldn't let me do that for some reason.
I don't
very,
use
very
that
strange.
thing.
I don't know why I did that.
One thing I remember growing up absolutely freaking loving on the bouncing ball notes was grabbing like the Disney VHS sing-alongs that you'd get from the video store. And you get home and they sort of like have the ones with like Bare Necessities and When I See an Elephant Fly from Dumbo and that. They were really, really cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. Apparently in that Mini the Moocher that we did at the start by accident, that opening footage of Cab Calloway is apparently the first live action footage of Cab Calloway ever recorded. The earliest.
This is another fact that I definitely said the last time we did this, and I tell people anytime it comes up in conversation, Cab Calloway performed on live film the song Minnie the Moocher in that cartoon, which I believe is from 1930. And then 1932. And then he also performed that movie in the film The Blues Brothers, which is like 1979, 1980.
Yeah.
It's like 50 years apart, and he does it just as good both times, which is nuts to me. That's half a century. That's a crazy scale of time.
We talked earlier about the line from Nightmare Before Christmas that was in Old Man in the Mountain. If you missed it, it was when Betty Boop said, "What are you going to do?" And the old man said, "I'm going to do it. What was it? I'm going to do the best I can."
Oh,
Which is Oogie Boogie says it in the middle of his song as kind of like the tipping point, the tipping
Such
moment.
a beautiful line. It's
Really
so
good.
good. I love Cab Calloway so much. Which I believe we have the third one is coming up in the next bracket.
Snow White, yes.
Which has a song from it that you might recognise from hearing it the normal way, or you might recognise it from the White Stripes cover of it, which is a fun twist on an old classic. There's a lot of love for the White Stripes anymore, hey?
I don't know.
People got tired of their shtick. Telling people that you're brother and sister when you're married, it's weird. People don't have a lot of time for it. What else have we got?
So coming up in this quarter, we're kicking off with the final Cab Calloway one that we'll do for today, which is Snow White from 1933. Following that on with a bit of an earlier one, which is called Coco's Haunted House, and this was featuring, I'm not sure or believe he was ever that popular, but a character called Coco the Clown, which
Coco the
looks
Clown's
like
in both of the first two, because
Yeah.
he's also inexplicably in Snow White.
in The Simpsons, where Bart is surrounded by that clown that will eat him. That looks exactly the same as Coco the Clown. Coco the Clown got retired. In one of the pieces that we're showing later, I believe, in Red Hot Mama. But in this one, they used to do this series called Out of the Inkwell, and it was kind of like these playful pieces from the 20s where they would start playing with the idea of live-action animators doing things and the animated characters interacting with the animators themselves. So that's a really good example of that one. And then we are going to show one of the trippier ones of the evening called Ha Ha Ha, which is a story about Betty Boop and Coco the Clown huffing a lot of laughing gas.
Oh, we got a hat trick of Coco the Clown in the next
We got
bracket?
a lot of Coco the Clown.
Oh, we got
coming
a
up.
threefer?
So Ha 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 was the last Coco the Clown they did. So this,
Yeah, I hate to hear it.
this is us putting Coco the Clown to bed.
I'm looking forward to the Coco the Clown reboot in 2 years with Timothy Chalamet as Coco the Clown. It's going to be really beautiful.
Alright, well, without further ado, let us kick off with Snow White from 1933, Coco's Haunted House from 1928, and Ha Ha Ha
Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 from 1934.
Beautiful.
Enjoy.
Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wing. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
Magic mirror in my hand, who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land. You're the fairest in the land.
I wanna see my stepmama, stepmama, stepmama. I wanna see my stepmama.
Our stepmama, the queen.
I've heard about your looking glass, looking glass, looking glass. I've heard about your looking glass.
What it says is so.
Magic mirror in my hand, who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land. You're the fairest in the land.
Off with her head.
Okay, queenie. What a shame. Poor Betty.
Always in the way. I can never play my own
I were you, I'd hide my face.
Folks, I'm going down to St. James Infirmary. See my baby there, she's stretched out on a long white table. She's so sweet, so cold, so fair. Let her go, oh bless her. Wherever she may be, she will search this wide world over, but she'll never find another sweet man like me. Now when I die, bury me in my straight-leg breeches, put on a box-back coat and a Stetson hat, put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain so you can let all the boys know I died standing pat. Then give me 6 crap-shooting pallbearers. Let a chorus girl sing me a song. Put a red hot jazz band at the top man so we can raise hallelujah as we go along. Folks, now that you have heard my story, say, boy, hand me over another shot of that blues. If anyone should ask you, tell them I got those St. James Infirmary blues.
Magic mirror in my hand now. Who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land. Night, Betty.
Good night, Uncle Max.
Do it or die. D-I-D-I-D-I. Watch us make bimbo as easy as pie. D-I-D-I-D-I.
What the fuck?
What have you done? What'd you do?
I don't know.
Oh, no. No, you fixed it?
No, it's all good. Hello, welcome back.
Hey. Wow, seamless.
Seamless, absolutely seamless.
A pair of professionals operating the controls of a computer. Wow, we've all had that exact fantasy about having our teeth pulled out by Betty Boop, right?
I think
while dressed as a clown.
There's a couple of comments in there about Roger Rabbit. And yeah, obviously, live action sort of thing sort of like came to like a finite point with Roger Rabbit, which will always be the best that's ever been done. But the Fleischer universe technically exists in the Roger Rabbit universe because it's all Disney, it's all WB, but the inclusion of Betty Boop in the bar scene technically makes it a Disney, Warner Brothers, and Fleischer universe.
And WB is what we in the industry call Warner Brothers.
Thank you.
Did you cut off the end of ha ha ha? Because that's what I'm seeing in the chat.
So...
I don't want my tone to sound accusatory.
I didn't cut it off.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it's not there.
Alright. Oh yeah, if you look at the video that's playing above our heads right now, that is a delightful example of the rotoscoping they were doing, where it was a regular dancing man drawn into a ghost with very long legs for some reason. Again, a lot of this I can't fathom why they were doing it.
There was something strange in that video there where it actually did miss the final 30 seconds for some really, really strange point. So I cannot recommend enough jumping onto YouTube and looking up Betty Boop ha 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 and watching that final 30 seconds, because it is the best 30 seconds of the video, and I have no freaking clue why it wasn't on there just then.
I would say one of the major themes of these videos is taking something well beyond the point where they needed to. A lot of these you're just like, alright, you've made it pretty crazy, and now there's another minute of this. Oh, fantastic.
Just so you can see, just above us at the moment is Small Fry. This is probably one of my top 3 favorite Fleischer videos, and the main character of it, Small Fry, who is he's in his very lovely version over there, is the pin that we'll be giving away tonight. This one is not part of tonight. Small Fry was part of the last Fleischer Fest, but I cannot recommend enough jumping onto YouTube and looking up Fleischer Small Fry after this, because it's definitely one of the cooler ones, especially one of the best later year ones that they did.
If you missed our last little interlude, the drawing competition we're doing is for you to, to win one of our Small Fry pins, is for you to draw something in the style of a Fleischer animation about something vaguely topical. It's a very broad remit, and we will not narrow it down. Send that to us on the Netherworld Facebook page. I won't see it, but he will, and then I will look at those once he has them. We'll send out 3 of those pins. Doesn't have to be good, just has to be funny. We've only done this a couple of times. We did this with our 3rd birthday screening of Mac and me. I got some of the worst, best drawings I've ever seen in my life. I keep them in my laptop case just to look at them sometimes and feel nice in my heart. What are the 3 ones that we've got next, Benjamin?
So we have a very cool one coming up next. Genuine Nightmare coming up. We have Bimbo's Initiation from 1931. Which is very culty.
Yes, and as we found out, this was a Weird Al-style parody of another popular song.
A song called The Vamp. It was a song that was basically like, do the vamp, do the vamp.
It was that crazy new dance that all the kids were doing.
Yeah, it was the song that you do with your partner. You grab them, you hang out, you have a nice time, and you do the vamp.
And apparently, you go to make-out point in your giant car.
Yeah. Following that up with another Betty Boop called Betty Boop Red Hot Mama,
That's
which
a great
she
one.
actually genuinely goes to hell. I did say earlier that we had one more going to hell thing coming up, but it turns out we have 2, because I forgot about Red Hot Mama.
I loved hell.
Really loved hell.
Sure.
Following that, we're doing one that's a bit of a lesser known one, and one from the later years. Fleischer Studios was very, 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 very New York. Towards their later years, in the late 30s and early 40s, they tried to shift the studio out of New York and have another studio out towards Miami. This is one of the ones that was made out towards there. And this one's called Fresh Vegetable Mystery. It's just disgusting and weird, and it's in color.
Color makes it worse.
Yeah.
It somehow makes everything more disgusting.
Just disgusting and gross and
very
horrible.
Unpleasant to look at.
Extremely unpleasant.
Have fun watching it.
Yeah. After that, we'll chat to you a little bit more. Alright, we'll start this 3rd time.
Yeah,
again, I'll put a link to the thing below to Ha 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 on YouTube, because you really need to watch the final 30 seconds of that. I'll give you permission to do that at the same time as watching this.
That doesn't seem right. Don't do what he said.
Doesn't seem very right, does it? Alright.
Okay.
Enjoy part 3.
Die. D-I-D-I-D-I. Watch us make bimbo as easy as pie. D-I-D-I-D-I. We are tough, you bet, filled with college pep. Bring him on, we cry. D-I-D-I-D-I. B-I-M-B-O. Bimbo.
By the mystic order of the
Boom boom hatcha, boom boom hatcha, boom boom hatcha, boom boom hatcha.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. There's the way out. Oh.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Ouch! Oh, yeah, come on. Oh.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Oh. In there.
Hello, May. I've got a bone to pick with you.
No. Ouch! Oh. Uh-huh.
Come inside, big boy.
What a pippin'. Oh, dear.
Yes.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, boop-boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Boop-boop-ba-doo.
What's this? Oh, oh. Beware! Oh, 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 my God. Oh, beware. Oh, my God. Oh, 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 oh. Sure, and they got me. Hey, what do you want? Police! Police! Hey, follow me, boys.
What do you want us for? We ain't done nothing.
Sure, and we'll make you talk. Oh, come on, move along there. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Do you hear? I'm old popcorn. I'm a colonel. You can't do this to me. Help. Police. Police. Police.
Come on, start popping. What happened to those carrots?
I'm innocent, I tell you.
What do you guys know about this case?
We don't know nothing.
We're strangers from Bermuda. Come
clean or you'll end up in the soup. You better spell it if you want to save your skin. So you won't talk, eh? Well, we'll squeeze it out of you. Turn on the juice, boys. That's it, boys. Put on the pressure. You'll talk.
Crack down on him, boys.
So you're a tough egg, eh?
We'll soften you.
We'll crack you wide open.
Trying the old shell game, eh? You'll fry, see? You'll fry.
Yeah, the yoke's on you, guys. I'm hard-boiled. Egg 'em on, boys.
If you'll be so kindly, could you tell us exactly what happened to the carriage, could be?
We'll make short order of this guy. Sunny side up.
Come on, boys, turn on that heat. Come on, give it to him. Spill it. Hey, the lights.
Come on, better move out of this. Now, come on. Now, there he goes, boys. Follow me. So, follow me, boys. Call out the reserves. Here we go now. 1, 2, and in you go.
Now look where we are. So where did it get it? You're telling me it's fault, it's fault. All right. So it's my fault. You want to make something out of it?
What are you, man or mouse, you rat?
I'll kick your teeth in. What he is there? I'll lick your whole face.
Yeah, you and who else?
I'll mobilize you.
All right. Extremely normal stuff.
I hate them. I hate the potatoes with my life. They are fucking disgusting to me. Oh, I forgot about the swearing again. Sorry to the children that are watching, that was a bad word. Don't use it. Won't get you anywhere in life. Look at me. Look where I am. Awful. Colour just makes them worse. It just brings out how disgusting they are, I think. At least black and white is kind of forgiving. Something about them makes them seem... I don't know. It just makes me feel ill.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Especially when they're potatoes. And they're
Especially
disgusting.
when they're
and it's a lot of police brutality. And Irish racism.
Yeah. Wait, it's Irish people being racist?
That wasn't me. That was people in the chat.
Alright, yep. Fair enough. How's everyone's drawing coming along? We're going to give you until the end of the next segment. We're not going to show them on the live stream because we don't have that technology.
We do not.
Well, we do. We don't know how to use that technology.
We've fucked up a lot of technology already tonight. We don't want to push it.
You said the bad word again.
I said the bad word again. I'm so sorry.
But we will be chucking them up on the Netherworld Facebook page.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
It's your domain. That's
Let's
not
chuck them
mine.
up.
I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Facebook page. One thing you can check out is we've just chucked a little set of links below the video called Fleischer Fest links. It will have the original song that the Bimbo's initiation song is a parody of. It has Small Fry because you got to watch that if you've never seen it, and it has Betty Boop's Ha Ha Ha, so you can watch the extremely excellent final 30 seconds of it that somehow wasn't at the end of that video just then. You know, for really normal, not technical difficulty reasons.
Alright, for your sake, I'm not drilling into why that one's not there. We have 2 more clips left for you. The last one is inarguably our very favourite Fleischer cartoon.
100%.
The songs, the best. The animation, the best. It also has the most obvious racism that springs to mind, and that is not why we like it. But there is definitely flashes of some anti-Semitic depictions of ghosts and some other stuff. That's bad. We unequivocally agree. But all the stuff around the bad stuff, quite good.
Quite good.
Yeah.
But before we get to the final number, which rules, we are going to watch a Superman cartoon. So Superman came out in mid 1938, the comics.
Don't look at me, I have no idea.
Action Comics #1. And very, very, very soon, this was not very long after this, it's 3 years. By 1941, the property had negotiated with Fleischer Studios to do some live action shorts of it. So originally they commissioned a first stack of them, and then they ended up doing another stack of them through some very big studio troubles amongst Fleischer in the early 40s. But originally in the early 40s, in the late 30s, Snow White from Disney had come out. And Fleischer were getting to sort of like the end of their studio cycle before they sort of fell apart. And they wanted to initially contend with Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They did that with their own version of everyone's favorite movie, Gulliver's Travels. Some people remember it, and some people have seen it, and some people really, really love it. But in terms of like pop culture and the pop nethersphere, it's not exactly like a household name of a movie. But during that time, they got offered to do the Superman shorts a few years after the comic had come out. And initially they didn't want to do it, so they basically went back to them and just said, here's a budget 4 times more than what we do for any other cartoon. And they ended up coming back to them and saying, yeah, sure, we'd love to do that. So they had probably more money at the time than anyone had ever worked with for shorts to do before a movie. And it shows. The actual quality of the animation in these 17 Superman cartoons is really, really, really spectacular. We've just chosen a really, really random, really, really cool one of them, the Magnetic Telescope, which was the 6th entry. The first half of the Superman cartoons is definitely better than the second half. But yeah, it's just a really, really nice one. You really, really enjoy it. And then we'll follow it up with Swing You Sinners.
Oh, I thought we were keeping it secret, but you just said the name of it.
It's not a secret. Everyone knows what it is.
Sure. Well, I mean, one person in the chat definitely knows who it is. Yeah. Let's...
Oh, there's a comment down here. Amazon Prime apparently has all the Fleischer Supermans up at the moment.
Oh.
Get on that. They are all worth watching, except for that one that's really racist.
Yep. Don't watch the racist one. That's our recommendation to you.
Great.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the last segment, guys.
Finish your drawings.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
control.
Oh, Superman, you were wonderful.
You're pretty wonderful yourself.
Oh, how did you get here?
Thanks to Superman.
I don't chase no more. Get ready, brother. Your time has come. Stand up, you sinner, we got you at last. You can't get away, there's no time to play, your finish is going to be fast. Brothers and sisters, come on, get hot. We'll amputate your bodoyo and tie your bones in a knot. Did it down, did it down, down. Did it down, bip it up, did it down, down. You're at the end of your rope, so just give up all hope. When you will stretch you like a giraffe, maybe what you would have. Just give up the laugh. When you
Ye fucking
Oh, I love it so much.
So much.
It just... I would love to have been in, like, I don't think a writer's room is maybe what the situation was. But, like, okay, say you were pitching this to someone. You'd be like, alright, so there's this dog. And he tries to steal a chicken, which is pretty goofy. And then he goes straight to hell. And then that's the end of the cartoon, except it takes 7 minutes.
He's a very bad dog.
He's a very bad dog. Well, we didn't mention the thing about Betty Boop being a dog, did we?
Yeah, she's a dog.
She is an anthropomorphic French poodle.
I think one of my favorite things to think about these 20s and especially like early 30s cartoons, and this one was like on the nose for 1930, is there was like a little bit of like stuff to draw upon in terms of influences for animation, but not a lot. So like a lot of these people were doing this with not much influence to draw upon. You're sort of being like, I guess this is cartoons?
What is cartoons? Hell is cartoons.
There's like a thing in the Wikipedia page for this one that sort of says that a bunch of the animators for this one left the studio really since this was the result of a lot of new animators just being like, this?
Is this what you want?
Yes, this is what we want.
Yeah, well, it's what I wanted, certainly. Yeah. It was a wild time where they had no idea what the art form was, but the studios were giving them a ton of money, because particularly around this era, around 1929, when sound came in, every studio wanted to be the one that was like, whoa, check this out. We have sound movies, but making a movie is very expensive. Making a cartoon, relatively inexpensive. So Paramount was giving these guys tons of money and just being like, yes, yeah. What the cute little thing that you do. Make more of that.
Kids love it.
Yeah. Adults love it, I guess. I don't know. Well, that concludes our entertainment this evening.
We're going to put a link immediately for Ha Ha Ha, which everyone should watch immediately. I'm putting it right now. There you go. There's a link for Ha Ha Ha. Please watch the final 45 seconds, and apologies that was taken off the end, because it's definitely one of the best 45 seconds of the footage that is on tonight.
And there's a real lesson to be learned there, which is always make sure you're using copy and not cut. Always double check.
Nothing went wrong. This was a perfect night. There were no technical difficulties whatsoever. We're going to try and be back here every Friday night. Not in any specific way. We're going to try and vary it up. Next Friday, we're actually going to do a bit of a DJ set. Ben and Ben DJs. Pretty cool. But we're going to play nothing but soundtrack, score, vinyl.
Not soundtrack.
Not soundtracks. Score vinyl.
Yeah.
It has to be on vinyl, and it has to be a score.
You can't tell just from the manic grin on Ben's face, but this is the moment he has been waiting for his entire goddamn life.
It's not going to be bangers. It's not going to be a dance party for your living room.
Some of those are
but
bangers.
it will be very cool.
I know that one song off Blade Runner 2049 soundtrack is...
Is it the one that goes like this?
Yeah, if it's the one that also goes whomp halfway through it, then
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah.
So tune in next week. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of things. We'll give you a little bit of insight for one of the projects that we're working on at the moment, which is pretty fun. We're going to be doing these things called 2-bit time machines. And we're going to do, effectively, clip shows. Our friend Flemish Dog on the chat there is going to help us out a little bit. We're going to put together a lot of Australian content with a lot of short clips from a lot of various things taken from television around Australia. They're going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start with 1996.
Great year.
Good year.
I got a remote control monster truck for my birthday in 1996.
Fuck yeah.
Never forget that. Yeah, we're going to be putting up the winners of our drawing competition. We got some Perlers already. Sensational. I already know which one I'm leaning towards personally as a contender. It might be a controversial choice. We'll chuck the winners up on the Facebook. We will grab your contact details from you if you're a winner, and we will send you a pin. Join the Facebook group if you haven't already. We're running Sunday night movie nights still from the comfort of your own home, because we simply cannot be stopped.
Nope.
They try. They won't get us down.
Short plug for the bar. We have canned Brutal beers. So this is Brutal Brisbane River Brown.
This live stream was sponsored by Brutal Brewers. It's a one-man operation. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
The Brizzy River Brown has never been canned before, and it is my single favourite beer in the world. You can buy it from the Scratch Bar Milton.
And here.
Netherworld, Fortitude Valley, I believe.
Both venues will be open from midday till 6 p.m. tomorrow.
And in all likelihood, they will probably be selling on the weekend, next weekend as well.
Yeah,
There's delivery options depending on where you are.
There is. If you don't want to leave your living room, you can pay an extra $10. And if you live 10 kilometers from here, and no more, we'll deliver it to you.
You're 10.1 kilometers away?
No.
Get effed.
Or email us.
I didn't say the bad word that time. Yeah, email us. Right. If you're 10.1, we could probably sort you out. Where do you go to order those beers, Ben?
You can do it, or at least for today and tomorrow, you can do it via netherworldarcade.com/shop.
Oh, that's a good URL, Ben. Well done.
Thank you. I'll give Shielded. Shielded should definitely set that one up. Otherwise, thank you for joining in today. Oh, Tilly, Netherworld Facebook messages. Oh, you already did it. Yeah. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Wonderful thing you can do. Cool. We watched 12 cartoons tonight. About 87,000 of them exist on YouTube. You can drink as much beer as you want. You can have as many brownies as you want. And you can spend until, and we're giving you permission for this, until 4:30 a.m. tonight. You can watch as many of these things as you want.
And you know what the great thing about the algorithm is? You watch 5 of these in a row, it'll just keep giving you more. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
And you will not run out. There are so fucking many of them. And when you finish the Fleischer ones, there's Warner Brothers ones and Disney ones. And if it was made before 1940, it pretty much slaps.
Yeah. Pretty much slaps.
Pretty much slaps. After 1940, it varies. But before 1940, all the Warner Brothers ones rule. All the Disney ones rule. All the Fleischer ones rule. They're all cool.
Get into it. Watch a lot of Wile E. Coyote ones because the backgrounds on those are sensational. You don't realize it as a kid, and then you watch it as an adult. Oof.
Early Daffy Duck stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Insane. He was unhinged. Unhinged!
There's also a lot of great later Popeye ones where they were using backgrounds that they filmed. They constructed model sets, filmed them with like actual film, and then used them as backgrounds for cartoons. They look
They did that on a few of the Betty Boop ones as well, actually. But they stopped doing it because it was really expensive.
Oh, everyone, if you're in the chat, check out, there's a letterboxed list there from cartoonist Branson Reese.
Yes.
Who has put together a lot of the better cartoons from that era. Check it out. All right, I reckon that's everything we've got to say.
Cool. That's us. Thank you for tuning in tonight. For anyone that wants to listen to some vinyl scores, and you do, next Friday we'll be here at 7 p.m. Otherwise, join the 2-Bit Movie Club group on Facebook.
Join the Facebook.
And come hang out on Discord.
Search for 2-Bit Movie Club. It's that easy.
It's that easy.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks so much.
Enjoy your beers.
Love you. Smooch, smooch. Stay safe.